Thanks for tuning in. We're about 10 minutes to kick off, so hang in there, guys. Should be a great game tonight. Stay tuned.
4 weeks ago, these two teams met up in Manchester, and the Shamrocks dominated on the road to the tune of a 43-20 beatdown. Tonight, Marlborough goes for its 8th straight win and the series sweep, live on WMCT-TV.
We some bad, bad men. We bad men.
Hello, I'm Matt Bisaccio, and welcome to Kelleher Field, site of tonight's presentation of Marlborough Shamrock football, live on WMCT-TV. Tonight, the Shamrocks take on the Granite State Destroyers in Week 11 of the East Coast Football League season. The Destroyers come into tonight's matchup 6-2, losing 2 of their last 3, including their last game against the Boston Bandits, 20-13. They've scored 25.6 points per game while allowing 13.9 points per game on defense, and they're an impressive 4-0 on the road so far this season. On the other side, we find our back-to-back league and national champion Marlborough Shamrocks. Last week, they defeated the AA champion Hartford Rebels 49-34 behind the power of the ground game, rushing for 5 touchdowns. 2 from running back Zach Grossis, 2 from quarterback Blake Rice, and 1 from veteran running back Breck Antill. On the season, the offense is scoring a robust 34 points per game, and the defense, which gave up a season-high 34 points last week, has only given up 15 points per game on the year. The Shamrocks look to wrap up home field advantage and the #1 overall seed in the East Coast Football League playoffs with the win. Stick around and see if the Shamrocks can do it over the next couple of hours here on WMCT-TV. Hello, everybody. Shamrocks are wearing their their white jerseys with white pants, white helmets, and green trim. On the other side, the Granite State Destroyers are wearing red jerseys with white lettering, white pants, and red trim. Game time temperatures are very comfortable 73 degrees. And by the game's end, we should drop down to about 66 or so. Not much wind to speak of, so that shouldn't play a factor. Nice crowd on hand here at Kelleher, as usual. Thank you so much to all of you that are watching us at home, whether it be on Facebook, YouTube, or whether you're watching us on our TV channels here in Marlborough. Oh, the Shamrocks will be kicking off to start things off. Max Pednoff with the kickoff duties. And we've got number 23 and number 11 back for the Destroyers. That's Tyler Sheddick and Quan Floyd. Pednoff looks ready. And we are underway here from Kelleher. Squib kick that heads towards the sideline, goes out of bounds. That very well may be strategic on Max Pednoff's part. Not wanting the kickoff return game for the other team to become a factor. So the ball will be moved out to the 35-yard line, where quarterback Brendan McMinnis will lead the Destroyer offense from their first drive. And on the other side, the Shamrock defense led by number 53, Brandon Hampton. Shamrocks typically come out in a nickel package. 4 rushers, 2 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs. Shamrock showing a little bit of pressure, but rush their normal 4. Quick pass over the middle, and quickly taken down by number 53, Brandon Hampton. Look to be about a 3-yard gain there on first down, so that'll bring up 2nd down and 7. That defensive front for the Shamrocks, led by number 9, Nick Rossi. Shamrocks again rush 4. McMinnis throws over the middle. Pass is chipped and almost intercepted. Number 24 got his hands on it. That's James Fleming. Almost had an interception and turnover on the second play of the game. And now that incompletion will bring up 3rd down. 3rd down and long here for the Destroyers on their first drive. As I said at the top, just an absolutely gorgeous night here in Marlborough. Much more comfortable than some of the other nights that we've had here throughout the summer. McMinnis in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's got pressure coming, throws it deep, and the pass is intercepted. Intercepted by number 2, Kyle Jimenez-Fox. And he's got some room to the 40, 35, 30, 25, and gets out of bounds at the 24. Quick start for the Shamrock defense. Kyle Jimenez-Fox with yet another interception for the Shamrock defense. Now it's time for quarterback Blake Rice to lead the offense out for their first drive. Blake Rice over the last 2 weeks has 4 passing touchdowns to go along with 4 rushing touchdowns. The dual threat quarterback has led his team to 7 straight wins, and they're looking for 8 tonight. As usual, Zach Grossis in the backfield alongside Rice. That's George Smith in motion. Rice looks right, lobs it. Very nice pass to Grossis. He makes the catch. Heads out to the sideline. Ball's knocked free, but I believe that'll just be marked out of bounds. Nice throw into the flat from Rice to Grossis. And that's a first down on the very first play. That'll set up 1st and goal. Ball is placed at about the 7-yard line. Rice once again in the gun. Wide receivers. Solage at the bottom of your screen. And it's Centrone, Smith, and then at the top you got Graham Asen. Fakes the handoff, passes it over the middle. Ooh, ball's off target. Intended for Anthony Centron over the middle. Rice's second pass is incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd down and goal. Just about 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Shamrocks looking to put up 6 here on their first drive. 2nd down and goal at the 7. Rice drops back. Over the middle, open, Solage! And that is a Shamrock touchdown. 7-yard strike, Rice to Solage. And the Shamrocks lead 6-0. Three plays in for the defense, they come up with the turnover. And a few plays later for the offense, they put up 6. Fast start here for the Shamrocks. And now Shamrock legend Pat Caruso comes out for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick, and it's good. And with 12:17 to go here in the first quarter, Shamrocks take a 7-0 lead. And we'll take a quick break here on WMCT-TV.
Summer is here, and as we prepare for school letting out, planning our summer vacations, and getting back to activities with family and friends, now is the time to make sure your COVID vaccines are up to date. mRNA COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective at preventing severe illnesses and help to prevent future COVID-19 variants. This is our best shot for a brighter future. Do it for yourself, your family, and our community. Contact the Marlborough Board of Health to learn more about how to get your COVID-19 vaccination.
For the Shamrocks, he's number 88, Max Putinoff. Back to return for the Destroyers, he's number 11, Tyler Shannock. And number 23, Quad Ford.
All right, welcome back here to Kelleher. 7-0 Shamrocks. Heading off with the boot. Oh, the squibber towards the sideline. And that looks like that may be the theme of the game here. Or the strategy, I should say, there from Max Pednoff and the special teams unit. Second drive here now for Brendan McMinnis and the Destroyer offense. Just 3 plays and an interception by Kyle Jimenez-Fox on their first drive. So let's introduce you to the rest of that Marlborough defensive front. Led by Nick Rossi. You've also got number 44, Michael Farley. Number 48, Craig Shippey. And the linebacker showing pressure there is number 24, James Fleming. Let the handoff up the middle, and he hit a stone wall of Shamrocks. Not much of a gain there at all on first down. Officially marked as a no gain, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. The other cornerback at the bottom of your screen, opposite of Kyle Jimenez-Fox, is number 0, Krishan Stevens-Fluker. Fake handoff. Quarterback decides to keep it, and he's going to be dragged down for another no gain. That Shamrock defensive front has been very strong so far. They come away with the ball, but the officials will mark the quarterback as down before he lost it. So after another no gain, that sets up 3rd down and 10. Not much to speak of from this Destroyer offense over the first drive plus. And as I said earlier, Shamrocks are looking to lock up that number 1 seed and clinch the Northern Division Championship here tonight, giving them home field advantage in the ECFL playoffs. A little bit of movement there on the line. Flag thrown. Let's see which side it's on. Destroyers are moving in the wrong direction, so my guess it's on them. And we got a false start on that Destroyer offensive line, so it'll push him back 5 yards, and we'll repeat third down. Destroyers break the huddle, facing a 3rd and 15. Ball at the 30. They need the 45 is the line to gain. Seems to be an issue on the field where heard somebody call for a trainer. Not exactly sure why and for who. Sorry about the delay here, folks. And this is semi-pro football, folks. We got a fan coming from the stands acting as a trainer. This is unconventional, but that's what we do here on WMCT-TV. All right, I don't think that's going to affect anything on the field necessarily right now. She ran over to the opposite sideline. So let's get back to the game here. All right, as you can see there on the opposite sideline, we have a Destroyer down, so hopefully everything's okay with him. Full receiver set there for Destroyers. McMinnis drops back. Pocket deteriorates. He throws it up over the middle, and there is nobody even close. So that'll bring up 4th down and 15, and the Destroyers will have to punt the ball away. Or at least I assume they'll punt the ball away. Haven't really seen that many substitutions. All right, Destroyers come to the line looking as though they will run a play. 4th down and 15 here for McMinnis and the Destroyer defense. They may be looking to draw the Shamrocks offside here to pick up a couple extra yards, but it seems like a low percentage opportunity here for the Destroyers. Shattuck in motion, and he does end up punting the ball away. Pooch punt. Takes a Destroyer bounce inside the 35 to the 34, and the Shamrocks will take over there for their 2nd drive of the game. Once again, thank you so much for watching tonight's live broadcast of Marlborough Shamrock football. If you're watching us on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, make sure you hit that like button so you never miss any Shamrocks or any other live sports broadcast. And we encourage you to engage with us by leaving a comment. Just let us know how we're doing and show your support for not only the Shamrocks, but your community. 9:18 to go here in the 1st quarter. Shamrocks leading 7-0. On the Shamrocks' first drive, they took over at the Destroyer 24, and 3 plays later, Blake Rice hit Mitch Salage on a slant route for a 7-yard touchdown strike. Rice starts this drive under the center. Gross is still in the backfield. Fakes the handoff, play action, goes over the middle. He's got George Smith, but he overshoots his intended target. Looks like he had Anthony Cintrone wide open. Incompletion will bring up 2nd down and 10. Blake Rice has a bevy of options to throw to, from Graham Asom to George Smith. You got newcomers like Anthony Cintron, and of course, vets like Mitch Salage. Not to mention a few different guys on the bench. Martell Hughes, Dalton Hooks, and Mark Roberts. Rice under center again. Drops back, looks left. Has a man in the flat. Ooh, nearly tipped by the Destroyer defender. Pass intended for Dalton Hooks. And a second incompletion in a row will bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Shamrocks. This time, Rice in the gun. Looks over the middle. He's got Graham Ace him. Graham, juggles it and drops what would have been a 1st down. Nice pass there from Rice. However, incompletion will bring up 4th down and 10, and the Shamrocks will have to punt for the first time today. Flag. Looks like it's going to be a little bit of motion there from the Shamrock side. Be a 5-yard penalty. And we'll replay 4th down. Good snap. Pedanoff has plenty of time and gets off a nice-looking punt. That bounces at the 30, takes a Shamrock bounce and recovered at the 24. Shattuck gets away from the first wave, spins off another, and eventually taken down by Hooks at the 39. Tyler Shattuck with a nice punt return there. Gains about 15 yards on the return. And the Destroyers will start their next drive with 6 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the first. McMinnis in the gun. It's a pitch. Able to get past the line of scrimmage and out to about the 44-yard line. That toss was to number 22, Stephane Bristol. That's Bristol's first carry of the game. Ball is actually marked at the 43. So a gain of 3, and that'll set up 2nd down and 7. Looks like it's going to be a screen pass. Shattuck can't reel it in. Catchable ball there by McMinnis. Shattuck couldn't bring it in, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 7. Destroyers still looking for their first down of the contest. Just about 10 minutes into the first quarter. Shamrock defense has held strong to this point. Shamrocks bring pressure. Pass over the middle. Caught by Shattuck. Brought down. Looks to be a few yards short of the first down marker. Tackle looked to be made by number 24, James Fleming, and number 6, Dalton Hooks. So it's 4th and 2. Destroyers look or appear to be going for it here on 4th down. They did pooch punt last time they were last time they went for it on 4th down. They may be looking to draw the Shamrocks offsides. Shamrocks not biting yet. And it's another pooch punt. Bounces inside the 20 to about the 10. So the Destroyers do a good job of flipping field position. And now the Shamrocks will have to go 90 yards if they want to put up another 6. And with 4:03 remaining here in the first quarter, we'll take a quick break here on WMCT-TV. Rice and company out for their 3rd drive. First drive, they put up 6 points. Second drive, 3 and out. Four receiver shotgun set. And the handoff goes to Grossis. Looks to run off guard, but taken down after a gain of about 2 or 3. Bobby Goldsby checks out, and George Smith checks in. Goldsby not being used quite as much in the passing game as he was last year. So we've got Salaj, Cintron, Smith, and Asim out there for the Shamrocks. Looked like there was some movement before the snap. See which side this is on. Looks like it's going to be on the Shamrocks, and it is. False start on Marlborough. Push the ball back 5 yards to the 5-yard line. It's officially 2nd down and 14. Rice fakes the handoff, out to Salaj in the flat. Not able to get past the Destroyer defenders, but he gets the ball out to the 11-yard line. So that sets up what looks to be about 3rd and 9. Clock approaching 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Shamrocks facing 3rd and 8. Rice looks back. He's got Cintron over the middle. He's got it. Out to the 15. They mark him down at the 15-yard line. Looks like they'll be a few yards short of the first down, and the Shamrocks will punt it away. Marlborough coming up empty on their last 2 drives after an opening touchdown. The Destroyer defense looks to be up to the challenge so far. Now it's just a matter of whether or not their offense can muster up anything on their side. Max Pednoff with the punt. And it's going to be fielded by number 32. Runs the wrong way to start. Oh, and he fumbles. Oh! But the ball is recovered by the Destroyers. That was the up man, number 32, Justin Choice. I don't believe he is too accustomed to handling those punts. Looks to have lost a few yards on the return. And the Destroyers will begin their next drive at the 38-yard line. McMinnis in the gun. Shattuck gets the handoff and tries to take it off tackle and is swallowed up. Maybe a gain of a yard, if that. Stout defensive front from the Shamrocks. Makes another play. 35 seconds to go here in the first quarter. We'll see whether or not the Destroyers decide to run another play. Destroyers will get off another play before the end of the quarter, and it's a run. And number 22 breaks away from the pot, gets to the sideline, and is taken out of bounds past the 45 to about the 43-yard line, and that'll be the Destroyers' first down of the contest as we close out the first quarter. At the end of one, Shamrocks lead the Destroyers 7-0 here on WMCT-TV.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
All right, guys, welcome back to the beginning of the second quarter as we are providing live coverage of tonight's Marlborough Shamrock home finale here at Kelleher Field. Shamrocks up 7-0. The Destroyers have just picked up their first down of the game and are in Marlborough territory. Ball at the 41. McMinnis fakes the handoff, throws it over the middle to number 7, and he is taken down after decent gain out to about the 32-yard line. That catch was made by number 7, Alex. Ooh, let's go with this one. Fagel Green. Sorry to Alex and his family for me butchering that last name. If somebody wants to comment in with the pronunciation, I'll be sure to get it right next time. We're going to go with Fogelgren. That's what we're going to try. We're going to go with that one. Again, if anyone wants to help me out, make sure you interact with us on social media by going to our YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook pages. Marked as a gain of 7, so it's 2nd down and 3. Fake handoff. McGinnis will keep it himself. Cuts up the middle. Gets past the D. And he's going to hit pay dirt. Touchdown, Destroyers. Defense bit all over that fake handoff. And McManus takes it 32 yards to the house. 7-6 Shamrocks. Extra point pending. So the Shamrocks can lock up the ECFL Northern Division Championship tonight with a win. However, if the Destroyers happen to pull off the victory tonight, they will have an opportunity to tie the Shamrocks if the Destroyers win next week. And if the Destroyers win next week and the Shamrocks lose, then it'll come up to a coin toss. So, not much of a chance for the Destroyers, but still hanging on hope. And the extra point is up, and it is good. 13:59 to go here in the second quarter. Destroyers tie things up, 7-7. Hey, while I have your attention here for a minute, I'd like to ask you a question. Have you missed your favorite WMCT programming? Don't you worry. Just head over to our website at WMCT-TV.com. Click on the Video on Demand tab and browse through our catalog of original programming, as well as archived City Council, Subcommittee, and School Committee meetings. And of course, you can find all of our archived Shamrocks games over the last few years. Can't stress enough how comfortable it is here tonight compared to some of the other games that we've covered this year. It's an incredibly hot, dry summer. Number 21, Cruz Comaritis, out to kick for the Destroyers. And squib kick, that'll be fielded at about the 25. Ball brought out past the 30 to the 35 to the 40. Asim may go. Cuts it back up the middle. Asim still on his feet all the way to the 16-yard line. The Marlborough product, Graham Asim, takes the kickoff all the way to the Destroyers' 16-yard line where the Shamrocks will begin their next drive. We seem to have some laundry on the field, however. Let's see if that is going to impact where the ball will be spotted. And it looks as though this may be coming back. No official call on the field yet, but the lead official is waving his arm, telling everyone to come back. Let's see what that official call is. Looks to be in the area of holding. Still waiting on the call. And that is going to be a hold on the Shamrocks. And that'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the fall, and that from the spot of the call, I should say. And that brings the ball all the way back to the Marlborough 20-yard line. Quite the difference in field position. So now instead of starting on the Destroyer 16, the Shamrocks will start on their own 20. Rice in the offense, coming up empty on their last 2 drives. And this is reminiscent of last week. I guess Rice didn't have the right ball, so we'll switch that out and hopefully get the next play in quickly. And we'll finally get back to play on the field. Rice in the gun, 4 receiver set. Graham Asom at the bottom. Fake handoff to Grossis, and he hits Cintron over the middle. That looks like it's going to be just enough for a Shamrock first down. Officially a gain of 12 on the play. Just about 2 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. We're live here from Kelleher Field for tonight's home finale of the Marlborough Shamrocks. Number 1 team in the Northern Division facing off against the number 2 team. Rice, play action. Rolls out of the pocket. It's got Cintron wide open. Cintron gets past the first tackler. Actually, the first tackler gets him, but he's able to gain some yardage after contact, and that'll be enough for another Shamrock first down. Asom in motion. The fake is to Asom. The handoff is to Grossis. Grossis has room in front. Gets past the defense. And he is taken down inside the 25. Grossis with the speed to get through the first line. And then the strength to push off the would-be tackler. A 33-yard gain there on the run by Zach Grossis. Ball spotted at the Destroyer 24. 11:20 to go in the first half. Anktel has replaced Grossis. Fake is to Anktel. Passes to Graham Asom in the flat. Graham spins off the first tackler. He's got the sideline, and Asom is gone. 24-yard screen pass from Rice to Asom, and the Shamrocks take a 13-7 lead. Nifty spin move by Graham Asom there. Asom, having missed last week's game, comes in today and now has his first touchdown of the game. Nice spin move as he demonstrates with the bow. Asom, no stranger to this field, having played his high school career as a Marlborough Panther and now in his third year as a Shamrock. And with 11:01 to go here in the first half, Shamrocks take the lead, 14-7, live here on WMCT-TV.
Sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
He's good. Yeah, I know, we keep missing each other. I've been working out of my dad's house, doing some reading. I should be working out more. I just feel like I'm drowning.
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself. Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
.80-yard scoring drive there from the Shamrocks. Two big plays, 32-yard run from Zach Grossis, and a 24-yard catch and run from wide receiver Graham Asom. Pednoff set to kick. And this time hits it. Not a terribly long kick, fielded at the 15. And the return man loses the ball. Ball on the ground. Looks like the Destroyers have it. Second fumble so far for the Destroyers. However, both times they have recovered. So still just the one turnover for the Shamrocks. The interception by Kyle Jimenez-Fox on the first drive for the Destroyers. Last time out, McMinnis in the Granite State offense scored on a 32-yard design run for the quarterback, number 10. McMinnis again in the gun. Toss, number 24. Oh, and he is leveled. Brandon Hampton with the absolute hit stick. Somebody might want to check on number 24, Michael Melvin, because that was a vicious stick by B-Hamp. That gets the Shamrock sideline excited. Approaching 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Last play. A no gain, so it's second down and 10. McMinnis drops back. Rushed out of the pocket. He'll keep it. Oh, and he gets stuck. Big hit again by Brandon Hampton. McMinnis gets right up, though, runs back to the huddle. Last two plays, Brandon Hampton has shown why he's one of the best, if not the best linebacker in all the East Coast Football League. He's lost weight to get faster, and boy, it showed on those last two plays. Ball is spotted at the 38. The line to gain is the 45. Three receivers to the bottom of your screen. It's Shattuck at the top. McMinnis looking left, throws across the middle. He's got a receiver. Number 7. Looks like he may get there. Gets towards the sideline. And he's pushed out of bounds at the 26-yard line. And again, that's Alex Fulgren. Big play for the Destroyer offense. Last couple of drives, they've been able to put up a couple of big plays, gaining some confidence. This time, the pocket breaks down completely in the sack by Nick Rossi. Brandon Hampton was in on the action as well as number 33, William Soto. Loss of about 3 on the play. Ball spotted at the 29. It'll be 2nd down and 13. As we're about halfway through the second quarter. McMinnis over the middle. Dangerous pass into heavy traffic. Intended for Melvin. And now it's going to bring up another 3rd down and long. .6:15 to go here in the second. 3rd down and 13. And penalty flag gets thrown. Initial indication is that it's on the Destroyers, and they're walking backwards, so it does look like it's on them. Granite State taking a little too long there. Delay of game. And now instead of 3rd and 13, it'll be 3rd and 18. Shamrock defensive line will have to be cognizant of the hard count here. I'm sure the Destroyers would like to pick up 5 free yards. McMinnis takes a shotgun snap. Heavy pressure. Has to run out of the pocket. Throws it up. And pass will skip. And it's incomplete. McMinnis under heavy pressure once again from Hampton and Nick Rossi. The incompletion will bring up 4th and 18. And the Destroyers will most likely punt. First couple of times they've faced 4th down in this kind of a situation, they've pooch punted. We'll see if they do that again. Fourth down, they go for it. Again, flushed out of the pocket. He's going to have to throw it up. He's got a receiver. Oh, off the fingertips. Incomplete. There, defending the play was number 2, Kyle Jimenez-Fox. Granite State will turn it over on downs, and the Shamrocks will take over with 5:09 to go here in the first quarter. Oh, excuse me, first half. Defensive line has done just a great job over the last couple of weeks, applying ample pressure on the opposing quarterbacks. Oh, the Shamrocks will take over at their own 34-yard line. Anthony Cintron in motion. The toss is to Anktel. He takes it wide left. Gets out to almost the 40-yard line. Looks to be a pickup of about 5 there on the first down carry from the veteran running back who has just so happened to be the next guest on the Marlborough Shamrock Football Podcast. It'll be him and Graham Asom. So be on the lookout for that later this week. Rice, play action fake, looks deep. He's got Cintron wide open. And he kicks it in! Anthony Cintron waves goodbye as he scores another Marlborough Shamrock touchdown. Beautiful play action fake. Rice had all day. Cintron was wide open, and that's 6 points for the Shamrocks. This big play Shamrock offense strikes once again. And the breakout season of Anthony Cintron continues. Long snapper, Jordan Lobby. Holder, Mitch Szilagyi. And as usual, Pat Caruso out for the extra kick, or the extra point. Which is up, and it is good. And with 4:12 to go here in the first half, Marlborough takes a 14-point lead as they lead 21-7 here on WMCT-TV. And just as they did last week, Marlborough's using a strong effort here in the closing moments of the first half to extend their lead. Last week, the Shamrocks led 14-12 before they scored 3 consecutive touchdowns to blow the game wide open. And here tonight, it's a 7-7 ball game, but the Shamrocks have scored 2 consecutive touchdowns to extend their lead to 14. And we still have 4 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Heading off for the kickoff, fielded at the 20. Return man gets it out to about the 35-yard line, where the Destroyers will begin their next drive. Turnover on downs, last time out for Granite State, as they'll look to chip into this lead. To this point, Shattuck has been held in check. Their big plays in the passing game have gone to Fogelgren. Handoff this time. Will go to Bristol. He's taken down after a short gain. There's a flag on the play. Handoff goes to Bristol, not much there. Let's see what the laundry on the field is for. Encroachment on the defense. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. And now it's 2nd down and 2. McMinnis with the fake out to Cologne in the flat. And he's quickly taken down. Tackle made by number 44, Michael Farley. Once again, a very nice crowd. Very solid showing from the community here at Kelleher Field, supporting their Marlborough Shamrocks. We hope that you're having a great time watching us tonight as we provide live coverage here on WMCT-TV. Destroyers, first down and 10. Oh, the pitch is to Bristol. That's a cutback. Loses his feet, regains, and then is taken down after about a 5-yard gain. Willie Canada looked to be in on the tackle. We're at exactly 2 minutes. We've hit the 2-minute warning. We'll see whether or not they choose to take an extended break here, if we'll just keep on playing. Yeah, we'll keep it here. We won't cut to a commercial. And as you see, that is number 19, Lamar Pounds. Enjoying himself out there on a Saturday night, and why shouldn't he? His team is up 21-7. And the handoff once again goes to Bristol. And he takes it off tackle and eventually wrapped up by number 00, Willie Canada. Gain of about 4, and that should set up a 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3, depending on the spot. Shamrocks burn their first time out of the half, and with 1 minute and 50 seconds to go, Shamrocks lead 21-7 here on WMCT-TV.
Summer is here, and as we prepare for school letting out, planning our summer vacations, and getting back to activities with family and friends, now is the time to make sure your COVID vaccines are up to date. mRNA COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective at preventing severe illnesses and help to prevent future COVID-19 variants. This is our best shot for a brighter future. Do it for yourself, your family, and our community. Contact the Marlborough Board of Health to learn more about how to get your COVID-19 vaccination.
Welcome back. 1:50 to go in the first half. Ball is at the Shamrock 47. 3rd down and 2. McMinnis and the Destroyer offense have played much better over the last couple of drives. They look to chip into the deficit going into the half. McMinnis design run. Heads up the middle. He's got what looks to be enough for the first down. That'll move the chains as McMinnis drives ahead to the Shamrock 42. Bristol and Melvin in the background, or in the backfield. It's McMinnis has to get out of the pocket, and he takes it, looks to be just past the original line of scrimmage. Not much more than that. He goes out of bounds with 1:07 to go. Second down and 8, ball spotted at the 40. Play action fake for McMinnis. Hits his target out in the flat, cuts it back. It's past the 35 and tackled at about the 33-yard line. Be very close to another Destroyer first down. Looks like they'll be just short, unless they're looking to measure, which may be the case. But before any of that, the Destroyers will call a timeout with 57 seconds to go. Shamrocks continue to lead by 14 here on WMCT-TV. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Destroyers have the ball in Marlborough territory. Ball spotted at the 34. McMinnis drops back. Heavy pressure, and he's going to be gobbled up. Looks to be some pushing after the play. Sack on the play by number 95, Carlo Gurton Jr., the 6'3", 310-pound defensive lineman from Somerville. Played some of his college ball at Midland University. And with the Destroyers facing a 4th down and 3, they'll talk it over. And we'll take a quick break as well here on WMCT-TV.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
So 32 seconds remaining in the first half, and the Destroyers facing 4th down and 3. Shamrocks rush 4. Pass out in the flat, deflected at the line by Nick Rossi, and that'll be a turnover on downs. Shamrocks take over with 29 seconds to go in the first half. Let's see whether or not the Shamrocks look to run a few plays to try to get into field goal range for their kicker, Max Pednoff. Three receivers to the top of your screen. The lone receiver at the bottom is number 13, Martell Hughes. And Rice drops back under some pressure. Ball floated out to Jakari Carpenter. He's got it at midfield. Cuts it back up the middle, and he laterals it to the big man. Oh, the lateral to number 59, Marshall, as they pick up a few extra yards. And the ball is going to be spotted at the 43-yard line with 16 seconds to go. I would say the Shamrocks need at least another 15 yards to get within reasonable range. And 16 seconds to go. The Shamrocks will call a timeout and talk things over. And while I have your attention, I have a question. Have you ever thought about making your own TV show? Perfect. Just get in touch with our station's access supervisor, Alex O'Neill, at our offices on 91 Main Street in Marlborough by calling us at 508-481-1373, and we'll take you through the basics of using a camera, editing your footage, and turning your dreams into a reality. Just this past week, we had some new access content creators come into the studio. Program called Real Talk TV. A couple of fine gentlemen coming in and making a nice show. And you, if you're a Marlborough resident or you know a Marlborough resident, you can do the same thing. So get in touch with us. And Rice leading the next play here as he drops back. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, and he fumbles. Oh, and it's recovered by the Destroyers. And number 46 keeps his feet. Will he be able to make it? He's got a block. And he keeps his feet and he scores. What a turn of events here to end the half. Oh my goodness gracious. Shamrocks looking to get into field goal range. Rice fumbles. They pick it up and score. Wow, number 46, Adam Olson, picks up the fumble and goes and scores a touchdown for the Destroyers. This crowd is stunned. That completely turns this game on its head. They could have been looking to push the lead to 17, if not more, before the end of the half. And now, with an extra point, the Destroyers could pull within 7 at the half. The clock has hit triple zeros. This will be the last play. Comaridis out for the extra point. And the extra point is up, and it is good. That was some play to end the half, folks. Destroyers pull within 7 as we head to halftime, but please don't go anywhere, as we'll have a clip from the last Marlborough Shamrock football podcast, as I was joined by kickers Max Pednoff and Pat Caruso. So at the half, Shamrocks lead by 7, 21-14 here on WMCT-TV. How's it going, guys? Matt Bisaccio once again for WMCT-TV and WMCT Sports, and welcome to the 5th episode of the Marlborough Shamrock Football Podcast. Our last episode featured quarterback Blake Rice and wide receiver Mitch Szilagyi. This episode, we are super fortunate to be joined by the kickers of the Marlborough Shamrocks, legendary kicker Pat Caruso, and the kicker and punter for the Shamrocks, Max Pednoff. Guys, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Nice. You guys are coming off a very impressive 43-20 win over Granite State. They were previously undefeated. Now you guys have surpassed them in the Northern Division standings. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
But first and foremost, we want to introduce you to the community so that they have a better idea of who you are. So Max, we'll start with you. Talk to me about your beginnings or the beginning part of you with athletics and how it came to be with you being a football player and how you became a kicker.
Yeah, absolutely. So age 6, I was playing soccer. No one else wanted to play goalie. So I started that from age 6 to 16 through high school. I was a keeper. Always had a really big leg. I could kick the soccer ball from the 6, a free kick, all the way to the other box. And there was at some point in my high school career, my high school coach said he wanted me to run 2 miles in 12 minutes, and he wouldn't let me play otherwise. So at that point, in nice words, I said, if this is the way it's going to be, I might as well try something else. The football coach came to me immediately after he heard that I had left soccer, and he had me work with a former athlete at the high school who was the kicker. First day out, 35-yard field goal, light bulb went off in my head, and it was, whether it was 15 minutes or 2 hours on the field, I was working, because I finally found that purpose for myself to get to a college. I was lost at that point. I was a sophomore in high school. I didn't know what I was going to do. But then that found my purpose. So I was working every single day. My first year, my junior year, I made honorary mention kicker for our division. The next year, I was first team all-league and third team all-state in Pennsylvania behind the kid Joey who kicked at Penn State, the bigger guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then actually another kid who actually ended up coming up to UNH. His name was Hunter. I got third team that year and got up to UNH as a preferred walk-on, earned my keep, ended up on a scholarship, and was starting for three years. So a little thing that wrinkled into everything is when I was like 4, I was at a carnival. I'm from Philadelphia originally. We went to a carnival. David Akers actually signed a football for me.
Oh, nice.
And when I was going through some of my stuff, when I was like going through that phase, I was like, oh my, how weird is that?
And how it came to be with you
went off of my head, and it was, whether it was 15 minutes or 2 hours on the field, I was working, because I finally found that purpose for myself to get to a college. I was lost at that point. I was a sophomore in high school. I didn't know what I was going to do, but then that found my purpose. So I was working every single day. My first year, my junior year, I made honorary mention kicker for our division. The next year, I was first team all-league and third team all-state in Pennsylvania behind the kid Joey who kicked at Penn State, the bigger guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then actually another kid who actually ended up coming up to UNH. His name was Hunter. I got third team that year and got up to UNH as a preferred walk-on, earned my keep, ended up on a scholarship, and was starting for three years. So a little thing that wrinkled into everything is when I was like 4, I was at a carnival. I'm from Philadelphia originally. We went to a carnival. David Akers actually signed a football for me.
Oh, nice.
And when I was going through some of my stuff, when I was like going through that phase, I was like, oh my, how weird is that? I'm going to become a kicker now, and I have this memorabilia that such a long time ago, and it's all coming for full circle now.
Now, was he somebody that you kind of like looked up to and wanted to kind of, try to be like David Akers? I mean.
Yeah, he was very, very consistent, and he was in the league a very long time. Quite as long as Adam Vinatieri. I think Vinatieri was 46 when he retired.
Something like that, yeah.
Akers might have been 43. but he was always Mr. Reliable. I mean, watching him, it's like almost a guarantee it's going through. So having that type of left impression on someone, that's absolutely what I would strive for. But I wanted to get into also how I found the Shamrocks. I don't know if that story's been shared. I was missing the game a little bit. I think it was 2 years removed from college, and I posted a video because it was like Maine versus UNH week, so that always gets everyone going. Lamar's uncle, Teddy, if you're familiar with him, he reached out to me on a DM on Instagram saying, hey, come try out for this team, and I came up to the practice. Pat was there. All the guys were watching me, and they said, hey, punt a ball. And there was actually a returner back there who told me, I was like, you might want to back up. And he was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm using nice words again. And I bombed it right over his head. And Adam pretty much said, when can you start? And Taunton was the first game I ever played. And I got very acquainted with what semi-pro football is. So that's kind of it.
Now, punting, was that something that you had done in high school or college as well? Or is that something that you just started doing when you joined the Shamrocks?
Yeah, so punting, so one of the things when I was trained is being the most versatile athlete you can be. So for my position, it's doing all three. It's kickoffs, punting, and field goals. So it's something I definitely worked on. My hands weren't as good coming out of high school, so I did get pulled in high school for having sloppy hands. But through college, I was on the jugs machines constantly, getting my hands better to where they are now. So I really worked on everything throughout my start as a sophomore all the way up to now. So
very nice. Pat, why don't you talk to me a little bit about you coming up with football?
Okay, so when I started, I didn't play like Mighty Mites or anything like that. They used to have punt, pass, and kick competitions that were sponsored by the NFL. So I started entering those locally. We used to have them at Ward Park where we practiced sometimes. And so that's where it really started. And it also actually really started with my father. He's from Pittsburgh, actually. He was a big Steelers fan, Penn State, Pitt fan, stuff like that. So his influence on me as far as football is huge. So I finally played organized football at junior high with Coach Richard King at Marlborough Junior High, where I played quarterback and kicked off and punted also. And back in that day, that was in the 70s, nobody was really kicking extra points and stuff in junior high and things like that. So I've been kicking ever since then. So then I went to high school, and I played quarterback at Assabet Valley and kicked off, punted, pretty much like Max is doing now. And in fact, my high school yearbook, I said one of my goals was to play for the Marlborough Shamrocks.
How about that? Because
my dad used to take me to the Shamrocks games in the late 60s, early 70s.
And what was the atmosphere like even back then? I mean,
it was unbelievable. Huge crowds. They used to put top around the whole field, so you couldn't see the field from the outside. So unless you went into the game, you couldn't see the game. So
how about that?
It was always a great crowd at Marlborough. So I decided right out of high school, I said, I'm going to go try out for the Shamrocks. And so, I show up and there's a bunch of old grizzled veterans, and it's pretty intimidating at first. So, but I didn't kick right away because they had another kicker, and so we probably 3 or 4 games into the season, he couldn't make a game, so I got to kick, and it was against our arch rival at the time, the Hyde Park Cowboys, who we hadn't beaten in a long time. So I ended up kicking a field goal at the end of the game to win the game. So that
in your very first game.
Yeah, my very first game. Yeah.
Wow.
So that made me feel better with the veterans and things like that.
Well, I'm sure they were much more accepting of you after
you
hit a game-winning field goal for sure.
And just for reference, I've never had the opportunity to do that as of yet.
Not a game-winning field.
I've had game-winning points, but never a game-winning field goal as time expired.
Well, what about just an overall, the one kick that sticks out to you the most? Your favorite kick?
My favorite kick?
There's got to be one that sticks out.
For the Shamrocks? Or
it doesn't matter. Anything that sticks out to you.
I mean, my favorite one with the Shamrocks by far is making the 47-yarder last year. I didn't hit the ball perfectly, but I still had a lot of leg on it, and
sure did.
I think that game against Southern Maine, I hadn't made a field goal. Well, I made the 37-yarder previous, and then I missed the one before that. But I didn't have any points as a Shamrock as of yet, through my first year, and that second year midway through. So having a 37, then a 47, being able to show what I can do, and getting that live rep to show Harry that I can actually do it in a live situation, not just on practice. That was huge for me.
All right, guys. Hey, welcome back to Kelleher for the beginning of the second half. Let's go over the first half recap. The scoring was started in the first quarter by Blake Rice hitting Mitch Salaj for a 7-yard touchdown. Then later on, the Destroyers come back and tie the game as quarterback McMinnis rushes for a 32-yard touchdown. Later on, Graham Asom, a beautiful spin move off a screen pass for a 24-yard touchdown. Then Marlborough extends their lead on a bomb from Rice to Cintron. That makes the game 21-7, and it seemed as though Marlborough was about to extend their lead to end the first half. However, Blake Rice fumbles. The Destroyers' Adam Olsen recovers and returns it for a touchdown to make this a 21-14 game. The Shamrocks will get the ball to begin the second half, so we'll see whether or not the Shamrocks can pull this one off and win the Northern Division Championship.
You had me on.
Comaridis with the boot to get us started. Graham Mason retreating, fields it at about the 15-yard line, makes his way to midfield. Out to the 30, 35, stiff arms his way to the 40-yard line where he, Rice, and the rest of the Shamrock offense will begin their first drive of the second half. So as far as I can remember, this is the first home game this season that's been a one-score game coming into the third quarter. And it happened in such a shocking way. It seemed like the Shamrocks were at least going to have a 14-point lead, if not a 17-point lead coming into the half. But Rice's fumble and recovery for a touchdown by the Destroyers has made this a 7-point game. Wide receiver starting at the bottom of the screen. You've got Graham Asom, George Smith, Anthony Cintron at the top, Mitch Salaj. Cintron in motion, hand off, goes up the middle. Oh, it's Brett Anktel, he fumbles. Did the Destroyers come up with it? They did. Oh, this game has been turned on its head by the last two plays from this Shamrock offense. Blake Rice fumble, followed by a Brett Anktel fumble. And now the Destroyers have it in Marlborough territory, down just 7. Couple of big plays by the Granite State defense. Just 14 seconds in. Destroyers have the ball at the 40. And it looks like we have a new quarterback out there, number 12, Spencer Weldon. Speaking to their coach before the game, this was the plan. Handoff goes to Bristol. And he falls forward for a few. But the plan was at halftime to switch from the starting quarterback, McMinnis, to backup quarterback. Like I said, again, number 12, Spencer Weldon. So we'll see whether or not this game plan works out for Granite State. Weldon takes a shotgun snap. Another handoff to Bristol. Takes it left and is able to get to about the 30-yard line, which will be close to a Destroyer first down. Oh, the ball is marked at the 31, so 1 yard short of the line to gain. Another handoff. I don't believe he got there. I think he was stopped at or behind the line of scrimmage. Tackle looked to have been made by number 7, Drew Bolton. So a golden opportunity for the Destroyers to inch closer here. It's going to take a 4th down conversion to get there, as it's 4th down and 3. 12:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. And before this 4th down play, the Destroyers want to talk it over. So with 12:24 to go in the 3rd quarter, Shamrocks continue to lead 21-14 here on WMCT-TV.
Summer is here, and as we prepare for school letting out, planning our summer vacations, and getting back to activities with family and friends, now is the time to make sure your COVID vaccines are up to date. mRNA COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective at preventing severe illnesses and help to prevent future COVID-19 variants. This is our best shot for a brighter future. Do it for yourself, your family, and our community. Contact the Marlborough Board of Health to learn more about how to get your COVID-19 vaccination.
Granite State walks towards the line, facing 4th down and 3 on their first drive here of the 2nd half. New quarterback Weldon, he drops back, looks right. The pass is way over the head of the intended receiver, number 84, Javier Colon. So the turnover does not end up hurting the Shamrocks. And the offense will get another crack at it, up 7 with 12:21 to go. Choppy few minutes there for the Shamrocks. That defensive stop looked to stabilize them. We'll see whether or not this offense can add to its lead. Shamrocks continue to work out of the spread offense. And Rice in the gun. Another handoff to Engel. This time he holds on to it and rushes out past the 50 and taken down at the 47 of Granite State. Big bounce back run there for Engel. Sure, he's still stinging over that fumble earlier, but a nice run like that helps. So more than enough for a Shamrock first down. It'll be 1st and 10 for Rice in the offense. Engel out there in the pistol. Cintron, man in motion. A little bit of motion, no call. Rice drops back, looks right. It's got George Smith inside the 40, and he's taken down at the 39. 7-yard pickup on first down. Rice gets the next play from offensive coordinator Harrison Ingalls. He and defensive coordinator Mike Harpin were the very first guests on this year's Marlborough Shamrock football podcast. We've recorded 5 of them so far, and this week will be our 6th. If you haven't had a chance to watch or listen to any of them, please do so. Fake handoff to Engel. Design run for Rice. He's got room. He gets to about the 15-yard line, where he's taken down. He picks up another Shamrock first down. About a 24-yard pickup there for Rice. Red zone opportunity for the Shamrocks. First and 10, ball spotted at the 17. This time it's Solage in motion. Fake handoff to Engel. Looks out into the flat. He's got Cintron, and it's called incomplete. Goldsby checks in at tight end. Typically when he's in the game, it's a run. We'll see whether or not that's the case here. Play action again. Toss above, and he overshoots Goldsby. That play worked a ton last season. Goldsby, a great red zone target for Rice last season. Rice looks over the middle. Scott Smith, who juggles and cannot reel it in. So, tough ending to that drive there for the Shamrocks as they will turn it over. Or excuse me, now it's 4th down. So 4th down and 10 now. Ball still at the 17, so approximately a 34-yard kick here. Max certainly has the leg for it. Snap, hold, and the kick is no good. Kick is no good. Boy, from my vantage point, that looked good, but officials on the field indicate otherwise. So the field goal is no good, and with 7:14 to go, the Shamrocks continue to lead by 7 as we take a quick break here on WMCT-TV.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Granite State begins their next drive, the 17-yard line. Weldon under pressure, gets it out quick. Passes to Javier on the wide receiver screen. And he works his way forward to about the 24, 25-yard line. Nice pickup there on 1st down for the Destroyers. Weldon again, under heavy pressure, scrambles out of the pocket and throws towards the sideline, and it is incomplete. Pass intended for Shatik. Granite State faces another 3rd down. This time 3rd and 6. Fast-moving 3rd quarter, almost down to the 6-minute mark. Shamrocks and Destroyers engaged in a good one here at Kelleher. Home finale. Shamrocks looking to clinch the division title. Weldon again drops back over the middle, and the pass is well behind his intended target, number 29, Jake Anderson. That brings up 4th down. And with this down and distance, I would be very surprised if the Destroyers went for it. They haven't come out in a conventional punt formation yet. The punts that they have gotten off have been pooch punts. Jason Gagne out for the punt. And the Marlborough product, Graham Asom, back to return. Halfway decent kick. Takes a sideways bounce and will eventually stop rolling at the Marlborough 46. 5:07 to go here in the third quarter, and the Shamrock offense will come out for its third drive here of the half. Last three drives have not gone according to plan for the home team. Last drive of the first half, Rice fumbles. It's picked up and returned by Adam Olson. Cut it to a 7-point game. And the first drive, first play of the second half, Brett Anktel puts it on the ground, Destroyers recover. However, they weren't able to turn that into anything. And on the Shamrocks' last drive, Max Pedenoff missed a 34-yard kick. After taking the last series off, Zach Grasses is back out there. Fake handoff goes to him. Screen pass goes to Graham Asom. Catches it in traffic and is able to fall forward for a gain of a few. A little bit of jawing going on between the Shamrocks and number 32 from the Destroyers, Justin Choice. Games have had some tension here and during the season, but it's usually been because it's been a blowout and the other team's been upset, so they have nothing else to do but talk trash. But now it's just a 7-point game. Much more tension and drama than we probably would have expected coming into tonight's game. Rice under center. Smith, man in motion. He takes the handoff and he gets past the first one, past the second defender, and is taken down inside Granite State territory at about the 47-yard line. Close, but not quite a first down. So the ball is spotted at the 47. The line to gain is the 45. It's going to be third down and 2 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. This time, Nick Rossi's the man in motion. The pitch to Grossis. Gets to the outside, gets to the edge, and he's dragged out of bounds, but not before he picks up enough for another Shamrock first down. Interesting play design there. The lead blocker, Nick Rossi, coming from the other side. I'm sure as a defender, seeing that guy come at you is pretty terrifying. Nick Rossi, 6'8", almost 300 pounds. Played some college ball at Boston College and had a cup of coffee with the Detroit Lions. And there was a flag on the play that's going to push the Shamrocks back, unfortunately. So instead of the first down carry, it'll be third down and 7. Now the ball back in Marlborough territory at the 48. Rice looking right. Got a man on the sideline. Toe tapping is Graham Asom. Beautiful throw. Great catch. And that will be enough for a Shamrock first down. So no damage done by that penalty before. Marlborough was able to pick up the first down despite it. So the Shamrocks are on the move in Destroyer territory. Just about 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Shamrocks up by 7. Handoff goes to Grossis. Blake Rice gets blown up in the backfield. Now looks like it's going to be a personal foul as Blake Rice flexes all over Justin Choice. Illegal hit there from Choice, and that'll give the Shamrocks 15 additional yards. Undisciplined play there by the Destroyers. Let's see if that's a helmet-to-helmet hit. Either way, it's going to be 15 yards. Choice trying to plead his case, but to no avail. Personal foul. 15 yards. Big, big play. So after the penalty, the ball is spotted at the 20-yard line. Grossis flanking Rice. Fakes the handoff to Grossis. Ball is tipped up in the air. Is it picked? Oh my goodness, what a play! What a play by the Destroyer defense. How did he sneak his hand in there? Oh my. Blake Rice pleading with the referee, saying that that ball was incomplete. The referees aren't listening, though. That's going to be Destroyer football. 4 straight drives, the Shamrocks offense has come up empty. This time, an interception off a deflection. And in just an incredible play by the, couldn't tell who that Destroyer defender was, but boy, oh boy, got his hand right in there and able to intercept it. So with 1:33 to go in the third, Granite State takes over. Handoff up the middle. Minimal gain, if any. Frustrating past 45 minutes of real time for that Marlborough offense. Now we reach 1 minute to go in the third. Quite the ball game we've had so far this evening from Kelleher. Weldon drops back, flushed out of the pocket, throws. Ugly pass at the feet of the intended receiver. A couple of unimpressive plays from Granite State. And they'll face 3rd down and 12 with 30 seconds to go. Should be the last play of the third quarter if they're able to get it off. Doesn't look like they will. And the clock hits triple zeros here in the third. So, not the game that I think a lot of us were expecting, considering the last time these two teams played. However, as we make the turn for home, Shamrocks continue to lead this one 21-14 here on WMCT-TV. Welcome back to the beginning of the fourth quarter. Granite State facing a 3rd down and 12. Eldon drops back, has a pocket, throws it up, and the ball is picked off by who else? Kyle Jimenez-Fox. We have a flag. The Shamrocks look to be making a decline side, so it looks like it's going to be on the Destroyers. It's a clipping penalty, which will be declined, like I said. So Marlborough will keep the ball. At this point, I don't know why opposing quarterbacks would even bother trying to throw on his side. There's a whole other half of the field. I suggest they go over there. Kyle Jimenez-Fox is an island. So Marlborough comes out with another opportunity to extend this 7-point lead. Handoff, Grossis up the middle, and churns his way forward for a gain of what looks to be about 4 yards. Shamrocks sticking with this spread offense. Mitch Solage to the bottom of your screen. Fake handoff. Screen pass to Solage. Makes one man miss, and it takes 2 Destroyers to take him down inside the 30. Solage, however, does come off the field holding his hip. Solage back on his feet, still kind of favoring that hip a little bit. Doesn't look to be too serious, but we'll keep you updated on his status. Mark Roberts will take his place in the meantime. So we've got Roberts, Cintron, Smith, and Asim out there. Roberts, the wide receiver, to the bottom of the screen. Pass. Wide receiver screen to Cintron, and he is lit up by multiple Destroyers. That play went nowhere fast. Doesn't look to be like there was any type of gain there on that play. Sticks stay where they are. So it'll be 2nd down and looks to be 2nd down and 10 on the field, 2nd down and 9 on the scoreboard. We'll split the difference. We'll say 2nd down and 9.5. $12:30 to go here in the game. Shamrocks have come up empty on their last 4 possessions. Fakes the throw, handoff to Grossis. And he churns forward. Not quite sure if he's not quite at the 20-yard line, just outside of it. Excuse me, the ball is placed at the 23. Ball at the 28, line to gain is the 23. Excuse me, it's at the 23, line to gain is the 18. Fake handoff over the middle. Low pass reeled in by Asim. Nice grab. Rice didn't have much of a window there. Put it right where it needed to be, and Asim was able to bring it in. Nice play on both sides. And the completion gives Marlborough enough for another first down. A little bit of up-tempo offense here for Marlborough. Salage not back out there just yet for Marlborough. Handoff goes to Anktel and hits a wall. He's ripped down by number 47, Bob Coate. Just about 10 minutes to go. Shamrocks still up by 7, looking for more. Pass out to Asim. Not able to break away from the defender. So a gain of 6 there on second down. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Ball looks to be spotted at just about the 5-yard line. This time Rice in the gun. Fakes the handoff, has it, gonna try to get to the pylon, and Blake Rice scores a Shamrock touchdown. Massive touchdown for the Shamrocks as they increase their lead to 13. Since that long touchdown pass from Blake Rice to Anthony Cintrone, the Shamrock offense had struggled, turning the ball over multiple times. However, they're able to put it together on that drive as they extend the lead to 13 with the extra point pending. And surprisingly, Pat Caruso is not out there for the extra point. It's Max Pednoff. And the kick is good, and we've got some laundry on the field as the destroyer defender went at Pednoff's legs. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty that'll be assessed on the kickoff. Not quite sure why Caruso wasn't out there for the extra point. I see him holding his helmet on the sideline. Doesn't appear to have any real limp or a change with his gait, but maybe they needed Pednoff out there to get a little bit of confidence after the missed field goal. Either way, with 9:07 to go here in the contest, 28-14 Shamrocks, as they get a little bit of breathing room with that last score. Well, that really puts the pressure on the destroyer offense to come out and do something on this drive. Unfortunately, folks, WMCT cannot be at every single game. So if you're interested in being a volunteer, reach out to us at WMCT by messaging us on Facebook, DMing us on Twitter, or you can call us on that thing called the phone at 508-481-1373. However you choose, just get in touch with us so we can provide you with the skill set that will allow you to record your favorite athletes' games. And this is especially true during the high school season, with all 3 high schools in action throughout the course of the year. Now, we'd love to be there, but if you're a parent of a high school kid and you want to go record their game, get in touch with us. So with the penalty on the extra point, the ball is moved out to the 50-yard line. Last game, I said in a situation like this that I'd bet the mortgage that Pednoff would kick it through the back of the end zone, so I won't be doing that this time. As you remember, if you watched us here live last week, Pednoff hit an incredible kickoff that landed right around the 30, and it was recovered by the Shamrocks during that 21-0 scoring spree at the end of the first half. So we'll see what his strategy is here on this kick. And it's another one. It's past the 40. Nice kick, but the Destroyers are able to pick it up. A little bit of confusion there on the field, a little bit of late pushing. But as far as I know, the Destroyers will take over. Last time the Destroyers had it, Weldon threw an interception to Kyle Jimenez-Fox. We'll see if they're foolish to throw at him again. So down 2 scores with 9 minutes to go. The Destroyers don't have many opportunities left. And sort of surprising to me, they've decided to stick with this backup quarterback, number 12, Weldon. McMinnis, I thought, did an admirable job there in the first half. It's a fake. It's thrown deep. He's got Shattuck. Oh, and the pass is complete. Just as I say that, the Destroyers come back, and in one play they score. There's a flag on the field. We'll have to see what it is. But as it stands right now, the Destroyers have thrown a long touchdown. Weldon to Shattuck. No indication as of yet to who the flag is on. But they're walking in the wrong direction if you're a Shamrock fan. Blown coverage right there. Shattuck wide open. And I'm not sure if they're just picking up the flag or what, because the referee has not indicated anything as of yet. The touchdown is good. Personal foul on the Shamrocks. So that'll move the extra point attempt to the 1-yard line. Muratis, his extra point looks to be good. And with 8:57. So what was that? 10 seconds? 10 seconds. They strike for the long touchdown pass. And they cut it to 7 points. Just when you think the Shamrocks are about to pull away, the Destroyers hit you with a big play. We've been waiting for a competitive game here at home all season, and it looks like we got it tonight, folks. Just a one-score game with less than 9 minutes to go. Some animated conversations going on the Shamrock sideline right now. First time they've faced some adversity in quite some time. See whether or not the Shamrocks can keep their composure over the next 9 minutes. So the 15-yard personal foul penalty was not assessed on the extra point. It'll be assessed here on the kickoff. That's why the ball is placed at the 50 and not the 35. Looks like the Shamrocks have Jakari Carpenter and Graham Asom. Excuse me. Yep, that is number 5, Graham Asom, back to return. Onside kick. Oh, my goodness. Did that go 10 yards? That's the question. The referee is indicating that it did. And if it did, that means that is the Destroyers' football. The onside kick has to go 10 yards. And they're saying that the ball was recovered past the 40-yard line. So the Destroyers will take over after the onside kick. Just a wild, wild contest here tonight at Kelleher, folks. If you are not watching this game here live in person or watching this on WMCT, you are missing out. So Weldon bounced back beautifully in the last drive, throwing the long touchdown. On the first play of this drive, he tosses it to Bristol, who takes it left towards the sideline and gets it to around the 35-yard line. Ball looks like it'll be spotted inside the 35 at the 34. So it'll 2nd down and 6. Shamrock faithful trying to spur on their home team.
Let's go, D!
8 minutes to go. Weldon drops back. Heavy pressure from Rossi. Flushes him out of the pocket. Weldon gets the pass off, and it overthrows his intended target. Number 14, Brendan McKenna. Destroyers break the huddle, facing 3rd and 5. Less than 7:30 to go. Weldon drops back. Pocket collapses. Passes just over the reach of number 84, Javier Colon. And that'll bring up 4th down and 5. And I would imagine that the Destroyers will leave their offense out on the field. And before this fourth down play, the Destroyers will call a timeout. So with 6:56 to go, Shamrocks up by 7 with the Destroyers on the move as we take a quick break here on WMCT-TV. All right, welcome back. So just to let you know that WMCT-TV Studios is now the place in Marlborough to host your next podcast. Our staff can train you on how to utilize our station's equipment so you can create and host a high-quality podcast. Again, just reach out to us at 508-481-1373, and we'll guide you on your path to creating your podcast. Huge play in this game coming up, 4th down and 5, less than 7 minutes to go. Weldon drops back, passes over the middle, and his pass once again is off target. Boy, oh boy, as he struggled in the second half outside of that long touchdown pass to Shattuck. Defense holds up. Marlborough's sideline can breathe a sigh of relief for now. With 6:52, Rice and company come back out, looking to add to their 7-point lead. So Mitch Szilagyi still has not re-entered the game since living with that apparent hip injury. He's on the sidelines, but still hasn't come back into the game. Fake handoff, but there is a flag of some sort. Not sure what the issue is. Don't see any laundry on the field. Inadvertent whistle. Certainly some confusion here. Not quite sure why the whistle was blown. For the most part, this officiating crew has done a nice job so far. However, this is a little confusing. Finally, a flag is thrown, so we'll... And based on the interaction of the Granite State defender and the referee, it looks as though the penalty will be on Granite State. Seemed like it would be a pre-snap penalty, maybe too many men on the field. We'll have to see what the call is, if they ever choose to make a call. Maybe just... And we're getting a call, finally. And it looks like we have an unsportsmanlike. Not too many men, so that's why the ball was moved up to nearly the 50-yard line. Not quite sure why that was called. I couldn't tell. But regardless, 15 yards and a first down will put the Shamrocks at the 49. The Destroyers can ill afford mistakes like that. Fake pass, handoff, Jakari Carpenter straight up the middle, and he gets past the Destroyer, 45 to the 44-yard line. Six-yard gain there on first down, sets up 2nd and 4. Ball at the 45. Pass to the outside to Smith. Gets to the sideline. Breaks away from the tacker. Cuts back inside. Dances around the sideline. A flag is thrown. And early indication is that is a hold on Marlborough. So that'll back the Shamrocks up 10 yards. While we have a minute, let's take a look at the most updated Northern Division standings. Unfortunately, number 32, Choice, is still trying to talk to the Shamrock sideline. Seems to be rather riled up. But as I was saying, let's take a quick look at the Shamrocks league standings. So the Shamrocks currently sit atop at 7-1, followed by the Granite State Destroyers at 6-2, followed by the Boston Bandits at 5-3, the Mill City Eagles at 4-4, and the Brockton Bucks, who have folded, ended their season 0-9. This Shamrock crowd comes alive. Second down and looks to be about 7. Pass out into the flat to Carpenter, wide open, gets past the 40, it's enough for a first down. And the Shamrock sideline better watch out. 32, Justin Choice, is right in the middle of it. The Shamrock sideline, they haven't done anything yet. Great composure there. That could have turned into something. Blake Rice imploring his group on the sideline to take it easy and push back. Nice first down pickup there by the offense. Less than 5 minutes to go. Approaching 4:30 to go. Shamrocks up by 7. Looking for what could be the knockout blow. Rice in the shotgun. Handoff goes to Carpenter. He loses it. Ball's on the ground. We'll see who has it. It looks like it might have been a Shamrock, but there's no call yet. And it looks like the Shamrocks will maintain possession. Oh my goodness. Having flashbacks to the end of the first half there. Fortuitous bounce. Shamrocks maintain possession with less than 4 minutes to go. Boy, what a nail biter this one's been tonight, huh? We hope that you've enjoyed this live broadcast of Marlborough Shamrock football here on WMCT-TV. We appreciate each and every one of you that's decided to tune in tonight. Rice looking over the middle, flushed out, keeps it, gets to the 30, lowers his shoulder, loses the ball, but it goes out of bounds. Second straight play with a fumble. Both times the Shamrocks are able to maintain possession. This Destroyer team, very emotional. This time it's number 1, Aaron Davis, that's talking the sideline, in particular offensive coordinator Harrison Ingalls. The Shamrocks have done a good job composing themselves. not picking up any unnecessary penalties. With 2:45 to go here in the game. Shamrocks break the huddle, facing 3rd and 6. Anktel in the backfield alongside Rice. 4 receivers, 1 to the bottom of the screen, it's Roberts. Rice doesn't like what he sees, so he calls a timeout with 2:26 to go. So if you're like me and you spend hours upon hours a week in the car, spend some of that time checking out our WMCT podcasts, including the Marlborough Shamrock podcast. Head wherever you stream your music or stream your podcasts, tune in. So that includes Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. And while we have a second, let's look at the upcoming schedules for each one of these teams. 1 game left for each club. The Shamrocks will travel to Boston next week to take on the Bandits. And the Destroyers will... Actually, this is their last game of the season because their last game was supposed to be against Brockton. So as far as timeouts are concerned, the Destroyers have 1 remaining and the Shamrocks have 2 at their disposal. So if Marlborough is able to pick up a first down here on 3rd down, they'll be able to milk the clock almost to the end of the game. But they got to get the first down first. Rice drops back, pumps, throws. He's got Cintron open, and he picks up the first down and more. Will he get to the end zone? He does! Anthony Cintron, touchdown Shamrocks! On 3rd down and 6, Blake Rice hits Anthony Cintron on the comeback route. Cintron does the rest. Weaves his way to the end zone as the Shamrocks take a 13-point lead with 2:16 to go. And Pat Caruso back out for the extra point. Not quite sure why he wasn't out there last time, but he's out there this time. That's all that matters. Lauby's snap, the hold, and the kick is good. So with 2:16 to go here in the 4th quarter, Shamrocks extend their lead to 14, 35-21 as we take a quick break here on WMCT-TV.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Shamrocks extend their lead to 14 on that last drive. Capped off the touchdown pass from Rice to Cintron. Kickoff fielded at the 15. Shattuck makes a man miss. Oh, goodness. He put a man down. That move was so good. Uh-oh, this could be bad. We need guys to calm it down. Multiple flags thrown. We've got a Shamrock down. I believe that's number 13, Martell Hughes. That was an awkward landing. Some pushing and shoving. However, it looks as though cooler heads may prevail. I don't want to speak too soon on it. Still got some guys jawing at each other, pointing at each other. Main concern, though, currently is for number 13, Martell Hughes, who's laying on the ground. Hughes is able to get to his feet, although favoring that right leg, it appears. Hughes has been a nice contributor for this Marlborough offense this year. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. Hopefully just a slight sprain. Tensions have run high in this one. We've come very close to a couple of skirmishes. Lots of pushing and shoving back and forth. Referees look to still be sorting things out. So we have 2 minutes and 1 second left. 14-point game. Destroyers will begin the upcoming drive at the 35. Granite State will get one play before the 2-minute warning. Oh, then drops back, passes over the middle. Nobody home. The pass seemed to be intended for number 84, Javier Colon, but it was well off the mark. Shamrocks rush 4. Weldon feels the pressure, and he is taken down for the sack. Shippy Winfield on the play. Michael Farley in on the play. And Shippy Winfield hits him with the Michael Jackson celebration. Less than a minute 30 here to go from Kelleher Field. Shamrocks in control, up by 14. Granite State would need a miracle at this point. The only scoring here in the second half from Granite State came on a bomb from Weldon to Shattuck. This is a run play. And he's taken down. A couple of flags on the play. And things are appearing to get chippy. Got flags on the play. We've got pushing after the whistle. So as it stands right now, Blake Rice, 3 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown. Anthony Cintron is 2 touchdown receptions on the day. And Graham Asom also has a receiving touchdown, as does Mitch Solage. And the scoring on the other side, McMinnis, the first half quarterback, the long touchdown run. The fumble recovery from Adam Olson right before the half. And as I said, the long touchdown pass to Shattuck. This pass is to number 14. Oh, blown coverage. Number 14 has it. And he's taken down at the 10 with 16 seconds to go, though. Shamrock defense was usually very solid, giving up some big plays here tonight. And the clock is about to hit zeros. Last play here, the ball's tossed up, and it will fall incomplete. So, an up and down effort, but Marlborough comes away with a 14-point victory here at home in their home finale. Shamrocks improved to 8-1 on the season. The Granite State Destroyers fall to 6-3. Marlborough will close out the regular season next week at Boston. And then after that, we will have your playoff coverage. Shamrocks will probably play in a few weeks here at Kelleher in their first playoff game. Once we have that information available, we will be sharing it on our social media pages. So once again, thank you so much for taking some time and hanging out with us here tonight at Kelleher Field for this Marlborough Shamrock broadcast. For our sideline camera operator, Emma Burgess, our main camera operator, Alex O'Neill, and our director, Mike Lawton. I'm Matt Bisaccio, signing off and saying goodbye here from Kelleher Field. Good night.